Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines comes to you compliments Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
But when you need someone to help you to your feet, I'll be that beacon to your highest peak. I'll be right next to you, no, I will never leave. Come on, take my hands, we got everything we need. Cause you can look to me whenever you're in need. Just call on me and I'll be on my way. I'll be by your side, never to divide. The light that shines our way. Wherever you road leads, we'll be right there with you. Wherever you road leads, we'll make your dreams come true. Next side, next side, next side, next to you.
Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
This is Network News for Thursday, March 9, 2023. In the headlines, Grenada among 5 countries agreeing to 6 new CBI principles from the United States. Caribbean Court of Justice dismisses majority of claims by British American policyholders. Court of Appeal rules in favor of Grenada Land Actors, Inc. In Around the Globe regionally, Vice President Dr. Bharat Jagdeo says Guyana will be tapping into India's technology and expertise to boost sugar production. Internationally, prosecutor in the U.S. state of Virginia says 6-year-old boy who shot his teacher in a primary school is unlikely to be charged. Plus in the sports news, Grenadian football legend laid to rest. A national U.S.-based swimmer clocks new lifetime best. Good evening, I'm Kenroy, Baptiste, live at Television Center at the Grenada Broadcasting Network. We'll bring you the details after this.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Thanks for joining us. Grenada and 4 other countries agree on 6 CBI principles. Beverly, tell us what has the latest updates on the CBI program.
As a result of the historic U.S. Caribbean Roundtable on Citizenship by Investment held in St. Kitts and Nevis in February, Grenada and 4 other Eastern Caribbean states with Citizenship by Investment programs, or CBI programs, have jointly committed to 6 proposed CBI principles from the United States. The U.S. acknowledged that dismantling those programs might seriously compromise the prosperity and potential of the countries, triggering a plethora of terrible social outcomes. Both parties reaffirmed their commitment to a common fight to protect their respective financial systems from threats from illegal actors. Attending the meeting were Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell and Chairman of the CBI Committee, Richard Duncan, OBE. Mr. Duncan gave GBN an account of the 6 principles agreed to.
Share denial. That's one, which means that when an applicant is denied in one country, that applicant is denied in all countries, meaning that they would not be given consideration and approval in another country. There was the principle of the audit, i.e. that these programs need to be audited either annually or at least once every 2 years. There was also the principle of using the FIU to clear applicants on a consistent basis, meaning that no applicant should be given consideration until and unless cleared by the FIU of each individual territory. There was also the principle that treated with the question of interviewing applicants, and that had to do with ensuring that at some stage, if deemed necessary, those interviews should be carried out, and they should be carried out wherever those circumstances that are agreed upon warrant that those interviews be done. There was also the principle of using the assistance of international partners to retrieve passports that have been cancelled or recalled. And finally, there was the principle of suspension of applications from Russians and Belarusian nationals.
Mr. Duncan said some of the principles have already been actively adopted by OECS member countries at their own request as part of the risk management framework to strengthen and protect the integrity of the CBI program.
Well, first of all, some of the principles are already agreed in train and being used effectively. Maybe not consistently across all 5 jurisdictions, but several of them are already in train. So those that are not, there was no timetable set for them except Principle 6, which has to do with the non-acceptance for adjudication of new applicants from Belarus and from Russia.
These measures are meant to improve the security of the CBI programs regionally. The parties also agreed to hold a technical meeting within the next 4 to 6 months to assess the implementation of the 6 agreed principles. The 5 countries agreeing to the new principles are Grenada, Dominica, Antigua and Barbuda, St. Lucia, and St. Kitts and Nevis. Reporting for GBN News, Beverly Telesford.
Now, British, American and CLICO backhaul policyholders from the Eastern Caribbean continue to fight for compensation following the collapse of British American Insurance Company Limited. The Eastern Caribbean Currency Union, ECCU, took the Trinidad and Tobago government to the Caribbean Court of Justice, CCJ, regarding the non-payment of millions of US dollars linked to the collapse of Trinidad-based insurance companies CLICO and British American Insurance Company, BICO, in 2009. The ECCU said that Trinidad and Tobago had made a commitment to pay $100 million US to its member countries, but only the sum of $40 million US was disbursed following the collapse of CL Financial, the owners of CLICO and British American Insurance Company, BICO. The CCJ on Wednesday dismissed the majority of claims brought by policyholders of British American Insurance Company Limited, who alleged that Trinidad and Tobago had breached various articles of the revised Treaty of Chagaramas in the aftermath of the collapse of Trinidad and Tobago conglomerate CL Financial. There is part of the judgment summary delivered on Wednesday by the Caribbean Court of Justice.
Accordingly, the court ordered that the claimant's claims with respect to breaches of Articles 36, 37, 38, and 7, insofar as it relates to Chapter 3, be dismissed. The claim with respect to a breach of Article 184(1)J and Article 7, insofar as it is applicable, may proceed. The court reserved the issue of costs to the conclusion of the matter.
Well, on the line is regional economist Dr. Patrick Entwine. He's here to break down the judgment delivered by the CCJ on Wednesday. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. It's a pleasure to be with you and to be with your viewers in Grenada and wherever else they're seeing this program.
Dr. Entwine, what is your position in relation to backhaul, first of all?
I am the president of the British American CLICO Policyholders Group of the Eastern Caribbean.
Okay, and relative to the judgment the CCJ delivered on Wednesday, what does it mean for the backhaul legal fight, and in particular the policyholders?
The the legal team that we've contracted, which I think was first rate and did an excellent job, along with the board of directors of the BACOL, took the decision that we would fight this case on a number of pillars. So we put a number of foundation arguments to the court for them to make a determination over. There were essentially 4 bases that we argued this case on, and all of it, of course, arises from the fact that when there was the collapse in 2009, the government of Trinidad and Tobago stepped in and made arrangements to compensate its policyholders, but policyholders in the Eastern Caribbean remained uncompensated. And from these 4 claims, we argued that the insurance services were cross-border services, and hence, by not providing restitution, they had breached the treaty and discriminated against Eastern Caribbean policyholders. So we argued on 4 different foundations, all of which was linked to discrimination, what is called Article 7 in the treaty. The court, when it deliberated, did not agree that 3 of the foundations that we put as arguments for discrimination held. And this was a narrow interpretation in our view by the court, respectfully so. The foundations on which they argued that this was acceptable was based on Article 30 of the treaty that says that what Trinidad and Tobago did fell within the scope of activities carried out on the governmental authority. And we argue that, of course, governmental authority does not cover this. The judges, disagreed with us. But there was a 4th very strong foundation that we advanced, which is that it was discrimination based on Article 184.1J, which says that the government of Trinidad and Tobago was obligated to provide the same access as to Eastern Caribbean policyholders as it did to policyholders in Trinidad and Tobago as consumers. And that is essentially a clause which talks about adequate and effective redress for consumers. The court held that on that basis, the case can in fact proceed. So what the court in effect is saying is that they have to make a determination if, by dint of not providing the same access to Eastern Caribbean policyholders as it did to Trinidad and Tobago policyholders, the government of Trinidad and Tobago in fact transgressed the treaty or did not transgress the treaty. That is really the determination that now remains to be made. So we are happy, first of all, that the court has agreed, when they looked at the preliminary point, that there is a basis for us to continue and to present the full case. And that really has to resonate, because this is a matter that we've fought well over 10 years for. And the fact that the court will now hear the entire case means a lot for us in the Eastern Caribbean as policyholders. I think that for us is the victory that we saw coming out of this process after Trinidad and Tobago tried to prevent the matter from being heard in the first instance and then wisely withdrew that. Coming to this point is in fact a milestone for us.
Right, which leads me to ask you, what is going to be BACOL's next move in seeking compensation for policyholders?
Well, the case continues. What we had was a preliminary point to determine if it was necessary for the court to hear arguments on all 4 pillars that we put up as warranting the claims that we have made on behalf of policyholders. Having dismissed the 3, there is now that 1 claim that the court will hear the case based on. So our next step is to prepare the evidentiary basis to support that 4th claim, which is the claim under Article 184.1J, that they did not provide sufficient, adequate, and effective redress to policyholders in the Eastern Caribbean to benefit from the restitution. We have to prepare for that, and that's going to be a feat that we are focused on over the coming months. The court is going to give its directions on the 21st of March. And so after that date, we will know when the matter is going to be heard, so to speak. So the 21st of March is what we call case management. The case management conference is then, and the coming out of that will be the milestones that we have to comply with in terms of building and putting the additional sort of arguments we want to put based on Article 181(4)(G.
All right, we'll leave it there for the time being. Dr. Patrick Entwine, regional economist, thank you so very much for talking to us about the CCJ's ruling on Bacall's lawsuit against the government of Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Still with legal matters, a resounding victory for Grenada Land Actors, Inc. following the dismissal of an appeal. Beverly, tell us what brings us up to speed with the details of this development story.
The Grenada Land Actors, Inc., GLA, is welcoming a long-awaited ruling of the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court of Appeal in its case against the Planning and Development Authority of Grenada and 3 developers, Atlasages, Range Development Grenada Limited, Mount Hartman, the Hartman Group Limited, and Lavera, Singapore Hengsheng Grenada Development Limited. The court dismissed the appeal in favor of the GLA on Wednesday. W. Valentine Douglas, president of the GLA, explains.
These parties had challenged us in court when we brought a suit against the government, asking that the government follow its own rules, regulation, and the law when it comes to rights to develop certain properties, coastal properties in Grenada. All the parties, the government came in and they were joined by the developers. And this basically went to court to claim that we, as citizens or group of Grenadians, did not have the right or standing, as they use the word in court, to proceed with the case. The judge in this matter, Justice Glasgow, ruled that Grenada Land Actors had the right to proceed with this case, and this matter could be brought up during trial. The government, together with the other parties, appealed it, and the appeal was heard last September. Today, the appeals court rendered its own judgment and dismissed the appeal.
The president says the next step is to take the matter to trial.
We're preparing to go to trial, that is to have a substantive hearing, and the court, once the court gets it on the calendar and all parties are ready, we will proceed to trial on this matter. But we are very concerned that what has happened, we initially brought this case in March of 2021, and through legal maneuvering, we are now 2 years later just about to start trial.
Douglas says the GLA is not anti-development, but is in favor of responsible development.
The mission of the organization is that there would be good governance when it comes to land use in Grenada. And we're asking for a transparent process. That is, we and any other Grenadian citizens may have access to the registrar at the planning department, that we may be able to access the files at any time, that we may be able to have a say that, and to make sure that the government and all the parties follow the rules, regulations, and laws of Grenada whenever they're doing development. We are not anti-development, but we are for responsible development.
Additionally, the court ordered that the Physical Planning and Development Authority, together with the developers, must pay the cost of the appeal to GLA to be agreed, if not, to be assessed by a High Court judge within 21 days. Reporting for GBN News, Beverly Telesford.
Well, 3 females appeared before the St. George's Magistrates Court on Thursday in connection with a violent attack that occurred on the compound of a secondary school in St. George on January 12, during which at least 1 teacher was reportedly injured. The matter came up before Chief Magistrate Teddy St. Louis at the St. George's No. 1 Magistrates Court. Police initially charged 3 men from Ja-Anglais, St. George in connection with the incident. 36-year-old Jamal Clark is facing a charge of possession of an offensive weapon, while Sheldon Clark, 39, and Joshua Clark, 19, are facing charges for disorderly behavior and trespass. Each of the men was granted bail in the sum of $4,000 with 1 surety. They were accompanied by 2 adult females and the secondary school student involved when they made their first court appearance today. According to the court list, Carol Clark was charged with disorderly behavior, while Desiree Clark is facing a charge of damage to property. Information regarding the juvenile has not been disclosed. This brings to 6 the number of individuals implicated in the January 12 incident. Attorney at law Francis Paul is representing Desiree Clark, the only defendant who has retained legal counsel in the matter, which has been adjourned to July 11. This is Network News live from the Grenadian capital. Still ahead from us, Grenada recognizes World Kidney Day. Stay with us.
Good day, Mr. James. I'm just here looking at Grenlec's new mobile app.
Sounds great. Can I use it to check my bill balance?
Absolutely. Let me show you. Enter your account number and Grenlec access number, and that's it. You can now check your balance, track your usage, receive outage alerts, and get updates from Grenlec in real time. You can even use the app to report a power outage or a fault with a pole or street light. Add as many accounts as you want. Track your business account, apartment rentals, and Granny's account, all in one convenient place.
Thanks, Susan. I'll be telling everyone I know about Grenlec's new app.
The Grenlec mobile app. Download for 24/7 access.
Do you know, when you play the games of the National Lotteries Authority, you are supporting sports, culture, and nation building in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit-Martinique?
Hi, I am Junior Murray, cricket coach, sports enthusiast, and a former West Indies cricketer. I endorse the games of the NLA 100%. For the past 40 years, the NLA has been funding many sporting activities, including competition for schools and clubs, and for athletes to participate in overseas tournaments such as the Carifta Games and the regional cricket tournaments. For those reasons, I play the game of the NLA. Even if I do not win, I know Grenada always wins.
Yes, when you play all the games, the NLA in turn supports sports, culture, and nation-building activities throughout the Tri-Island state.
Grenada, after 10 years.
Hey Grenada, this is Pastor Donnie McClurkin, and get this, I am coming to the land of spice.
The multi-award-winning Pastor Donnie McClurkin is back live at the Grenada National Stadium for one night of praise and worship, where your hearts will be lifted heavenward, joined by some of Grenada's finest gospel talent, Lexton Mitchell, Edson Mitchell, Ajabu, Spice Worship Ministries, McCurl Fletcher Newton and Company, Touch of Grace, and the PBC Choir. Tickets are on sale now, $50, and can be found at all major ticket outlets and at your local churches. Don't miss this unique experience with classic songs like Stand, We Fall Down, Caribbean Medley, Great Is Your Mercy, and many more. Friday, 7th April 2023 at 7 p.m.
Got my mind made up, and I won't turn back, because I want to see my Jesus someday.
Get ready to witness the ultimate sporting spectacle at the Horizon National Athletics Championship 2023. This two-day event is taking place on March 11th and 12th at the Kenroy James Athletic Stadium with a jam-packed schedule of middle and long-distance races, sprint races, field and jump events. This is an event not to be missed. Come see Track Blazers, Ace, 473 MVP, Fusion, Rising Stars, Velocity, New Track Club, and schools will be competing to showcase their talent and vie for national supremacy. This is the final opportunity for athletes to qualify for the Carifta Games. Admission $20. Children under 12 can enjoy the excitement for just $10. Also, don't miss out on the big showdown in the senior men's 400 meters between Commonwealth semi-finalists Michael Francois, Adian Peters, Troy Mason, and Sibile Felix. It's the Horizon National Athletics Championship, March 11th and 12th at the Kenroy James Athletic Stadium. Get your tickets now.
Easter is coming, and that means it's time to do some spring cleaning. It's time to upgrade and refresh your home today and save up to 30% off store-wide. Change off that old lounge chair, dining room table, or any furniture item now and save big. Plus, shop our large selection of appliances, televisions, and electronics for the biggest deals. No cash, no problem. Shop with Courts Ready Finance and pay $0 for 30 days. And before you check out, don't forget to add extended warranty with our Quartz Super Shield product, which will protect your purchase for up to 4 years. This offer is available online at shopquartz.com for a limited time only. Act now before the deals are gone. Conditions apply. Quartz, bringing value home.
When I need shelter, warmth, security, I know you'll be there. Something in these moments lets me know you care. Maybe the way you shield me, maybe it's your smiles and the way you tell me it's okay to try. Now I'm invincible. I can back my sack. I can take the long road, 'cause it's okay to look back if I am scared. I know you're there. Arise, together there's no limit to what we can do. Arise, with no wings, fly. Arise, and we're so high, enjoy the view.
This is Ariza, your financial freedom, your future.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via Superb Service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
The others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Rebecca Television Center students from select high schools were privy to a special screening of a new documentary film produced by a young Grenadian film director. We get more in this Nisha Peters report.
Your Excellency, you have the floor.
Teddy's new documentary film, New Land, The Kalinago Dream, will be screened at the Movie Palace from the 10th to the 16th of March. It tells the story of the last remaining indigenous peoples of the Les Antilles and their fight to preserve their culture and identity. This powerful presentation follows the Kalinago people of Dominica, who are fighting to protect their land and culture from the threats of deforestation, industrialization, and climate change. The young artist spoke with GBN about how the idea was birthed.
Then the main character of the film, who is now the Minister of the Environment for Dominica, and the Honorable Kozia Frederick. I've met him on one of these trips that I've been on to film and taking photography and doing photography and so on. And at that time, some of the work that he was doing in the village in the Kalinago territory, I thought it was pretty interesting. And so we sort of like stayed in touch. I started following some of the things that he's doing online. And later on, I started having conversations with Angus Martin at the National Museum about the topic of, indigenous people and Grenada, the Les Antilles, the Caribbean on a whole. And when the opportunity came to sort of, delve into telling the story on a broader sense, I reached out to Cozier and tell him that, hey, I think, we have a story here, and then we should probably try and make it. And this is kind of how the story came about.
It's been more than a year in the making, and the film has now been screened internationally. Its first official release came in November last year in Hamburg, Germany, followed by its presentation on February 7th, Grenada's Independence Day, in the Czech Republic.
The first person I contacted was one of my friends in Germany. His name is Tom Heinemann. And I started pitching the idea to him after I spoke to Cozier. And from there, we started making plans to start having the film made in Dominica.
The young Grenadian director is happy with the response thus far.
This film, because it's in the documentary space, is coming off as an academic piece. We have taken creative license to actually make it a little bit more contemporary as well. So, we have made our own musical soundtrack, which was worked on by a Grenadian producer as well. And we have treated the film somewhat like a music video in a sense. So there is the information in there, but we also made it a little bit more, relatable to our Caribbean space and for the content on a whole, so people could kind of digest it.
A select group of students will be privy to a special screening at the National Museum on Thursday. It will be attended by the main character in the film, the Minister for the Environment in Dominica, the Honorable Cozier Frederick, who is in Grenada for the first time. The film has been accepted by directors of festivals in Tokyo, Amsterdam, Berlin, and Guadeloupe. Odette Campbell, GBN News.
Other news, Papi continues to shine on YouTube. The 22-year-old comedian, who is the first Grenadian to amass over 100,000 views on YouTube, shared his latest accomplishment with my colleague Nisha Paul on Thursday. Here's the report.
The silver plaque bears the YouTube play button and the name of the young YouTuber who hails from the community of Kenroy, St. John. Omari Peters, better known as Papi, qualified for the award after making history as the first Grenadian to amass 100,000 subscribers on the global online video sharing social media platform. YouTube is headquartered in San Bruno, California, owned by Google and regarded as the second most visited website after Google search. Papi shared some of the challenges he has encountered along his YouTube journey.
In terms of monetization, you have to reside in countries like America, England, France, those kind of countries. So for me, I had to bypass certain things. I had a friend in America that helped me sign in and registered my account over there. So I was able to gain access to monetize my account and get paid for my views. It was very challenging. It took a couple months, but I got it in the end. Always try to meet people, because if I didn't meet a friend I have in America, I wouldn't have got access to what I have access to right now. So, you meet certain people on the way. Some are good, some are bad, but you have to try to maximize the friends that you have and always have people that are willing to help.
He provided an update on the progress made on his YouTube channel, Papi Official, from inside the Rebel Nation studio in Guave, St. John, which is owned by well-known soca artist and cultural ambassador Hollis Mapp, better known as Mr. Killer.
Mr. Killer, I'm at his studio right now, and he has given me access to some of his equipment to help me push towards my goal. You understand? Which is creating series or movies, hopefully in time to come, because that's one of my main goals. It's like starting to do movies in Grenada, full production movies in Grenada. And I'm starting that's my biggest goal, and I'm working towards that. Or those kind of things. I just wanna do something different in Grenada. And I feel like I could do that.
Papi currently has 106,853 subscribers on YouTube, 134,000 on Instagram, and 1.6 million on TikTok. And he is open to working along with others to continue developing his brand.
If there's anybody that want to help or want to come on board with the plans that I have for Grenada in terms of production and those kind of stuff, feel free to email me, call me at 418-67727. Email me at omaripeters21@gmail.com. Feel free. I'm always open to hearing other people's ideas and what they have in store for me.
The young comedian, who also spoke of plans to release his unboxed video today, also shared some of his other plans for the days and months ahead.
So for the past month, I gained like close to 7,000 subscribers, and I haven't really been posting much for the past month. So I feel like 500,000 is very far, but I feel like it's possible. If I start posting, well, I have a lot of equipment with me right now, so I will be able to be posting proper videos. So in due time, I should be able to reach that goal by the end of the year. So it's a challenge, but I'm up for the challenge.
Papi is optimistic that he will achieve his next goal of 500,000 subscribers by year end.
Hey, yo, what is going on, YouTube? Today I have a very unboxing video coming soon. Look out for it.
For GBN News, I'm Nisha Paul.
We wish him continued success on his journey. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health, Kevin Andal, says this year is the year government is placing major focus on mental health and wellness.
The Ministry of Health and Wellness and Religious Affairs has dedicated the year 2023 as the year of mental health and wellness. And a series of activities and partnerships are being planned and fostered to bring attention to the opportunities and challenges associated with mental health and wellness.
All right, so the government has come up with a calendar of wellness-loaded activities to promote mental wellness.
We have some key initiatives that we're looking to do: a national wellness policy, the commissioning of national wellness centers, wellness public awareness campaign, Grenada shifts, stress break Wednesdays, and partnership with private sector and NGOs to deliver wellness initiative. You may ask, what is Grenada Shift? Grenada Shift is a worker size in every parish.
Andal has also been speaking on Stress Break Wednesdays. All right. This other story to report. World Kidney Day is observed annually on the second Thursday in March. The World Kidney Day Joint Steering Committee has declared 2023 as the year of kidney health for all, preparing for the unexpected, supporting the vulnerable. Health and Wellness Minister Senator Jonathan McCret, delivering a message in observance of World Kidney Day 2023, spoke about the impact of non-communicable diseases such as kidney diseases.
The 2023 campaign on kidney health seeks to highlight the disastrous events, whether natural or man-made, international or local, and the impact it poses for people living with kidney disease. Therefore, an integrated approach is needed in combating this deadly epidemic. Policymakers must adopt health strategies that has a priority, prevention, early detection, and management strategy of non-communicable diseases, including kidney disease.
Minister Lecret said Grenada's healthcare services must focus on providing equitable and proper access to care for kidney patients in times of emergency. And organizations such as the Grenada National Patient Kidney Foundation must continue to champion the cause for patients living with non-communicable diseases.
Our government is currently providing financial assistance to 29 dialysis patients. These patients have families and friends, so in time of emergencies or disaster, their care and well-being or lack thereof has an emotional and psychological effect in communities that they live. It is during these times the phrase supporting the vulnerable becomes applicable. We are a loving people, so let's do what we can to assist patients or people living with kidney disease. Happy World Kidney Day.
World Kidney Day is a global health awareness campaign which zeroes in on the importance of kidneys, with a view to reducing the frequency and impact of kidney disease and its associated health problems around the world. Still ahead, Minister for Economic Development commits to assisting agro-processors with marketing. We'll talk about that. We'll see you in a while.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
Shop at Southern Electrical for all your security camera needs. We offer a wide variety of cameras ranging from solar cameras with or without lights, 4G cameras, Wi-Fi and PoE kits, 4th channel, 8 channels, 16 channels, replacement cameras for PoE, standalone Wi-Fi cameras, wall lamp or bulb, floodlights with cameras, watch cameras, pen cameras, and much more. We are located at Dusty Highway in Granada and St. George. Southern Electrical, best value, expert advice, quality product. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook today.
And so it begins, a journey like none other. Every moment has the potential to be unforgettable. Bring home a piece of the tropical green forest with every emerald. Capture the sparkling light of flawless water in a diamond. Make the sunrise and sunsets last forever. With precious colored gemstones, the essence of happiness is in our most precious memories. So when it all comes to an end, bring home something that will last forever. Colombian Emeralds International. Bring home more than a memory.
You ate well, drank and indulged, laughed and had so much fun for the festive season. But now it's time. It's time for some serious detox business at Nirvana Detox Center and Natural Health Store. Start the year right with your health as a priority. Cleanse and flush your blood, liver and kidneys with quality herbs and supplements. Purchase one of our detox combo packs starting from $100. Purchase a full body detox pack starting from $500. Get 10% off on colonic irrigation. Get a chance to win a free colonic irrigation treatment and product coupons with every purchase. We are located in Grandin, minutes before the Food Fair Shopping Center, immediately opposite the old Capital Bank building in the Regency Commercial Suites. Give us a call at 231-6642 or 418-7115 or visit nirvana.gd for more info. It's time for some serious detox business at Nirvana Detox Center and Natural Health Store. We know real body care. This offer is valid until March 31st, 2023. Terms and conditions apply.
Do you know, when you play the games of the National Lotteries Authority, you are supporting sports, culture, and nation building in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique?
Hi,
I am Junior Murray, cricket coach, sports enthusiast, and a former West Indies cricketer. I endorse the games of the NLA 100%. For the past 40 years, the NLA has been funding many sporting activities, including competition for schools and clubs, and for athletes to participate in overseas tournaments such as the Carifta Games and regional cricket tournaments. For those reasons, I play the game of the NLA. Even if I do not win, I know Grenada always wins.
Yes, when you play all the games, the NLA in turn supports sports, culture, and nation-building activities throughout the Tri-Island state.
Sisson's WeatherGuard Pro. For every project, there's only one Pro.
Network News, welcome back. Government is promising agro-processors assistance in marketing their products. We hear more in this Christina John report.
They're ready to go. They're ready to go for the external market. They are comparable and they can compete with what I see there. Because if I compare them with what we bring in, yeah, they in fact are far better than what I see we bring in from Trinidad, for example. So as far as I'm concerned, they are ready to go.
That was Minister for Economic Development, ICT, the Creative Industries and Cooperatives, Lennox Andrew, providing feedback from Wednesday's exposition. Minister Andrew says as a government, their role is to facilitate and make it easier for agro-processors to find external markets for their products. He is, however, pleased to recognize that those products are made from what is available locally. He believes as a ministry, more ought to be done to boost the economic spin-off that can be derived from the broader marketing of these products.
I mean, for me, it's a real shame that we have not been able to have a record of all of these people and put a plan in place to assist them in the production, to reduce the cost of production, to increase the quality, and of course to help them in the marketing of the product, not only in Grenada but abroad. I think as a ministry we have to do more to help our agro-processors, not so much in the quality of the product, because I have seen it in terms of their appearance. I have tasted some, it's also very good, but more so in the marketing, getting these products outside of Grenada.
He said one of the greatest challenges expressed to him by agro-processors is that of availability of space, both for production and in the supermarkets. Here's what he intends to do to ease their burdens.
Coming weeks, spend some time to see how I could help them make the products available for sale in a much bigger way, and of course to assist them as well with the marketing of their products.
Christina John, GBN News.
Many females are drivers of motor vehicles, but how many of them can make necessary changes to their vehicles? One hotel on island saw some interest in this and did something about it. Let's take a peek through the GBN ISO lens.
A good eye captures all. GBN ISO is brought to you by ClearVision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. ClearVision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ClearVision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
International Women's Day was celebrated on Wednesday. Women in different fields across Grenada was celebrated in a special way. The women in tonight's ISAW submission are captured being taught how to change a vehicle tire as part of Women's Day celebrations.
Yes, Ari, good. Wow.
Let us know what you think about this exercise when you submit your ISAW photos and videos via WhatsApp at 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
I like it. Sports news is next, followed by Around the Globe.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom,
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
When you need your prescription filled or you require non-prescribed medication, supplements, or all your personal needs, visit Gittins Healthcare at locations on Wall Street, Grand Anse, Victoria Street, Granville, and Central Deputy Street, Wharf. Gittins Healthcare aims to provide an exceptional personalized pharmacy experience. Additionally, children under 5 and adults 55 years and over will enjoy 10% discount on purchases of $20 and over on prescription medication. Stop settling for less. Visit Gittins Healthcare, where your health is our priority.
Hello, Grenada. It's TGIF time again with the NLA. Thank goodness it's Friday. Every Friday in March, place 5 bets or more in a single ticket purchase on Cash 4, Pick 3, or Play Away. You automatically receive a quick pick inline ticket valued at $1. NLA is giving back more plays, more chances, more opportunities, and more prizes. Remember, when you play, you are supporting sports, culture, and nation building. Promotion ends March 31st. You must be 18 years and over to participate.
A whole new level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
Sporting fans, good evening. Former national footballer and coach Andrew "Brother" Munro was laid to rest yesterday. Brother, as he was affectionately called, got a send-off fitting for a king. Members of the football fraternity in Grenada paid their last respects to the local football legend. Munro, who is described as a local hero, touched the lives of many. He coached at all youth levels as well as the senior men's and women's teams. He was one of the most decorated GFA Premier League coaches and instrumental in the many successes of Hurricanes SC. He played in 4 World Cup qualification games, including 3 in 1996, and assumed the head coach role for the 2017 Caribbean Cup qualification campaign. Still talking football. GFA's women's representative on the executive committee, Kazara Thomas, is currently in Switzerland participating in the Women in Football Leadership Program from March 6 to 10, a FIFA-UEFA collaboration. The program is aimed at increasing women's participation in senior decision-making positions within football. Ms. Thomas is one of two women from the Caribbean region involved in the program, which began on Sunday. This story to report: national U.S.-based swimmer Genevieve Benoit clocked a personal best time of 47.98 seconds in his 100-yard freestyle final of the 36th Black History Swim Meet in Washington, D.C. This time lowered his previous personal best of 48.79 seconds set in January of this year. Benoit also set a seasonal best in his 100-yard butterfly of 52.33 seconds. He has also represented Grenada in several regional and international competitions, including the 19th FINA World's Swimming Championships in Budapest last June. This marked his first World Championship appearance above the junior level. Genevieve Benoit is also a CISC gold medalist, CC Can silver medalist, and Carifta bronze medalist. The 19-year-old is a student of electrical engineering at the Wentworth Institute of Technology in Boston, Massachusetts. You are watching the sports news. Students of the Grenada School for Special Education turned their attention to the athletic field on Thursday. Teams from Four Houses, Britain Red, Johnson Green, Hopkin Yellow, and Alexis Blue engaged in friendly rivalry at the Limes playing field in Grandans. Take a look.
And there are, remember you have to fold the bottle. St. Paul Johnson South is off. And Christine is off. Followed by Baptiste, Hopkin, Christine. Alexis is across the finish line. You have Johnson in the lead, followed by Britain. Are we waiting on the start of Alexis? And there are 60 meters, blowing the balloon.
Principal of the school, Patricia Williams Prince, could not contain her excitement for the return of sports.
Preparation was intense and competitive, as you see today. We had the children practicing for the races, getting them fit and getting them ready after a long break of 4 to 5 years of having no sporting activity. So it was pretty intense. It boosts their morale, it boosts their confidence, and it makes them feel that they have achieved something, because remember, for the past 4 or 5 weeks they have been practicing, and today they get to eventually be rewarded through medals and points for their horses and so on.
The principal was grateful to corporate partner Republic Bank Grenada Limited for its continued support.
The practice and preparations has led up to today, which is our actual sports day, and all through the sponsorship of Republic Bank Grenada Limited. Without them, we would not have a sporting event today, because when we did our inventory, we realized that everybody at school, all students needed new t-shirts, new uniform, and so on. And once again, Republic Bank stepped in and assisted us. When we couldn't source the colored t-shirts here in Grenada locally, they stepped in and sourced them for us outside of Grenada, and we are eternally grateful. You saw the children all dressed up in their colors, the 4 colors, red, blue, green, and yellow. And today is a happy event, today is a competitive event, and today is a rewarding event.
Republic Bank Grenada Limited has been supporting the Grenada School for Special Education sports meet since 2006. The financial institution said it remains committed to making a positive difference in the lives of the differently abled in communities throughout Grenada. That's the sports news for now. With the government focused on revitalizing the sugar industry, Vice President Dr. Bharat Jagdeo said recently that Guyana will be tapping into India's technology and expertise to boost sugar production.
We're going to be working with India and expanding the tissue culture facility we have here in a major way. When we look at our nurseries now, they're anemic. They can't they can't supply the planting material that we need at scale and the quality through the current method. And so with tissue culture, you can do millions of plants in a short period of time, but everyone having the same consistency and productivity as the other one.
That was Vice President Dr. Bharat Jagdeo speaking to reporters recently. He emphasized
Antigua and Barbuda has become the first country in the Caribbean to document the right of Rastafarians to use cannabis as a sacrament. Members of the Rastafari community were presented with their legal authorization during a signing ceremony at the Prime Minister's office on Wednesday. Garfield Burford tells us more.
Today, ladies and gentlemen, they will be signing to say that they would receive and acknowledge the legal rights to operate on the sacramental authorization, where this document would have been signed originally by the chairman, Ambassador Joseph, and also our Minister of Legal Affairs, Mr. Kenroy Benjamin.
Signatures affixed to documents concretizing a momentous occasion for the country. It gives Rastafari the right in law to use cannabis as a sacrament. Prime Minister Honorable Gaston Brown says it shows the commitment of his administration to inclusiveness.
No group of individuals, based on the economic standing, their belief, their religious practices, that any group is marginalized in this country. We believe strongly in inclusivity and equality of opportunity and justice. And certainly as your Prime Minister, I will continue to champion those causes on behalf of our people. And not only here in Antigua and Barbuda, but certainly within the wider Caribbean region.
Further afield, a prosecutor in Virginia, USA, has deemed the boy accused of shooting his teacher too young to stand trial. ABC News has more.
This morning, there will be no charges for the Virginia 6-year-old accused of shooting and wounding his first-grade teacher. The Newport News prosecutor saying he and other experts do not believe a child that young can form the required criminal intent.
We don't believe the law supports charging a 6-year-old with a criminal offense as serious as this one. I think it's problematical to assume that a 6-year-old understands the criminal justice system enough to be competent to stand trial.
The shooting January 6th left teacher Abby Zwerner with a gunshot wound to the chest. Police saying she was intentionally hit. Even after she was injured, she's credited with helping to safely evacuate the other students in the class.
Instantly, my heart dropped because I'm thinking of the age of these children and what they possibly were going through at that time.
Zwerner, now recovering from her injuries, is suing the school district, claiming the boy had a history of violent behavior and claiming school administrators failed to act despite being warned that he had a gun and was threatening people. The boy's family says he suffers from an acute disability. They claim the legally purchased gun he took to school had been locked away. The family saying, "We have been cooperating with local and federal law enforcement to understand how this could have happened." The prosecutor says he's still going through the evidence to determine any other potential charges.
Stay with us. We'll remind you of the headlines in a moment. continued program in Following the News. For now, a reminder of the headlines. Grenada among 5 countries agreeing to 6 new CBI principles from the United States. Caribbean Court of Justice dismisses majority of claims by British-American policyholders. Court of Appeal rules in favor of Grenada Land Actors, Inc. And around the globe regionally, Vice President Dr. Bharat Jagdeo says Guyana will be tapping into India's technology and expertise to boost sugar production there. Internationally, a prosecutor in the U.S. state of Virginia says 6-year-old boy who shot his teacher in a primary school is unlikely to be charged. Plus in the sports news, Grenadian football legend Andrew Brother Monroe to lay to rest, and national U.S.-based swimmer Genevieve Benoit clocks new lifetime best. All right, that's all from us on the GBN Newsroom. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kenroy, Baptiste. We'll see you next time. Good night.